Hello, Grapevine Sailing Club. This is Nico. I am broadcasting from Cape Town, South Africa. I just arrived yesterday. I will be heading out shortly on the Trident catamaran you see right there behind me. In the background, that mountain with the clouds covering it is called Table Mountain. I'd hoped to play tourist this morning, but unfortunately the forecast is that the winds are howling up there, and they actually shut down the trolley that takes you up there, which means that later on today when we head out, it should be sporty. My kind of wind. So Bob Scout's put on the safety briefing that y'all are attending. He asked me to say a few words about an event that happened a few years ago on El Brigante. At the time I had a crew that I was pretty reliant on, and we had a process, we had a system, everybody knew their role. Our SOP was to get out to the race course at least 2 hours early, make sure that we had the right sail, because I've got an inventory of sails, make sure that we were choosing the right sail based on the wind and weather conditions. This day we're out there 2 hours early. It was blowing like heck, 25, probably gusting to 30. Seas were at least 2 feet, which on the lake is, kind of sporty. And we lost a puck, a speed device, went in the water. After 3 passes, one of my crewmates volunteered to jump in. I allowed him to jump in. Looking back, that was stupid, especially in those conditions. He had just stated that morning that he had learned to swim from his dad. They were both from Vietnam, and his dad, he said, was the equivalent of a Navy SEAL. So I knew he was a strong swimmer. Regardless, in those conditions, I should have never let him jump in. So after a while, Chase Boat was on scene, BK was on scene. So fortunately, they were on scene, and we're all focused on Q, who's struggling to make it to surface. So Chase Boat wound up going by not once, but twice. And the second time, he admitted to me that when he saw the boat above him, he thought to himself, this is how I'm going to drown. This is how I'm going to go. And so when he got close to the bottom of the hull, he kicked off and then popped up, and then Eric came and helped him get back on board. While we were all focused on that, Lionel, another crewmate who was on the boat, got hit with the boom. I lost track of the boom with everything that was going on. That was my responsibility. And we had an auto jibe. Boom came all the way across, hit him in the head, knocked him into the drink with blood coming off the side of his forehead. And he did not have a PFD on. Had another crewmate put on a PFD, jump in after him. Lionel made it up to the back, the stern of the boat. As soon as I locked my arms around him, he collapsed. Both friends wound up in the emergency room. Both friends spent over 7 days under observation. Lionel had a brain bleed. They thought he might have to have a drill put through his skull to relieve the pressure. Q had elevated heart gas muscles, acid levels that they thought reflected he'd had a heart attack. That's how much effort he had put into staying or trying to get to the surface. So whenever you have the opportunity to learn safety, whenever you have the opportunity to learn man overboard, take it. Treat it like someone's in the water. Now, sometimes I get frustrated when I hear people that have gone through seminar and they're laughing, oh, we passed the float 5 or 6 times. You need to treat it serious, because not if, but when things go south. And on the water, when they go south, it's never when you expect it. So if you plan for it, you practice, and you're ready for it, it becomes muscle memory, second nature, you're going to have a much better experience after the fact. And you'll have a story to tell rather than having to visit someone in the emergency room. And a perfect example of that is a few years back, Eric was racing on El Brigante. He was leaning against the lifeline while we were in sequence, so we're in our 5-minute countdown. The lifeline gave, Eric went in the drink. We retrieved him and had him back on the boat within 45 seconds. And we started first over the line, and we won the race. So that day, it turned into a story that we could share and have a beer over later. But that was only because we put in the time, the effort, and the training to make damn sure that we were prepared for any event that ever popped up like that again. So I hope you all learned something today. Take it serious, take notes, and when you get the opportunity, practice on the water. I will be broadcasting as much and as often as I can from my trip going from here to eastern Brazil, Recife, and I hope to share some stories with you all when I get back. Talk to you soon.